In this video, we'll be going through 7 foods that will kill your liver and must be avoided. The liver is an essential organ that works to detoxify the body, but some of your favorite foods are killing this organ. The alarming part is that most of us are exposed to these foods every day. Thankfully, there are other food items that are fantastic for cleansing your liver, and we will delve into those as well. Stick around to the end of this video and begin prioritizing your liver's well-being. Number 7 on our list is very gym rat's favorite: whey protein powder. This whey protein powder is basically the protein in milk and dairy, which is very concentrated to have little to no fat. And so, when you consume anything that has been refined out of the normal complex and is naturally designed, it comes with its own problems. How does that relate to whey protein powder? Well, this protein is not only inflammatory but also quite toxic for the liver. This protein increases inflammatory markers, which can be very harmful to the liver. So, if you must take protein powder, be sure to check that it is consumed with the fat that is naturally packaged with the protein. Number 6 is vegetable fats. When you hear vegetable fats, the first thing you think is that they must be healthy. However, the case is quite the opposite. It will interest you to know that there isn't so much fat in vegetables. If you take a look at the nutritional profile of salads and leafy greens, you'll notice that there isn't a lot of oil or fat in vegetables. So, while they may be tagged vegetable oil, they are most just grain oil like bean oil. And to be more specific, we are talking about canola oil, soybean oil, cottonseed oil, and corn oil. All of these are highly processed and can be very oxidizing to the tissues in the body. Based on research, it's been seen that the average person in the United States consumes almost 70 pounds of vegetable oil. It's important to know that there has been a little switch in these vegetables over the years where they switch all the saturated fats with unsaturated fats. So now, these unsaturated fats begin to build in our membranes, causing a number of problems that include inflammation. Another thing to take note of is the GMO content. There is a higher level of glyphosate which is packed in these products. The best way out is to consume more omega-3 fatty acids. This can be found in salmon, sardines, and cod liver oil. Number 5 is soy protein isolates. Have you ever wondered about the process behind isolating this protein from soy? Basically, it is done with the use of chemicals, which means these things are highly processed, going through several processes just to extract the concentrated protein. This process requires the use of hexane, which is a petroleum byproduct, a solvent that is very harmful to the liver. It is, in fact, a neurotoxin that can be very harmful. So, when you want to get things like veggie burgers, diet shakes, protein bars, or diet powders, be sure to read the label. If these items contain soy protein isolates, it would be in your best interest not to consume them, as you will be killing your liver. Number 4 is monosodium glutamate, more popularly known as MSG. This can be seen in different forms, like modified food starch. And so, reading the ingredients of the food you buy should be taken more seriously now, as they put these things in pork rinds and are as well used in different foods as flavor enhancers. It is majorly used in fast food restaurants, but not only there. In fact, if these restaurants didn't make use of these ingredients, they wouldn't have as many customers as they do. This MSG makes you eat a lot more than usual. You'll find this in Chinese food and also in foods like cottage cheese. It's not exactly salty considering that all of the sodium is hidden. However, you can't escape the fluid retention that will come with it. But that's not the worst case scenario, as it is very toxic to the liver. So, make it a priority to start reading the ingredients of the foods you consume before you buy. Number 3 is maltodextrin. You honestly won't believe how many foods out there are packed with this ingredient, from protein powders to energy drinks, protein bars, puddings, pasta, and even frozen foods. The big problem with this ingredient is that it's synthesized sugar and is much higher than glucose on the glycemic index. So, in the real sense, this ingredient is a lot worse than regular sugar. This can be very harmful to your pancreas, your weight, your sugar levels, and definitely your liver. Even more, maltodextrin can also be found in several vitamins. At the end of the day, maltodextrin can be very dangerous as it makes the liver fattier. Coming in at number 2 is fructose. Products like corn syrup, table sugar, and agave nectar are packed with fructose. Now, an interesting thing about fructose is the fact that it isn't metabolized by all the cells in the body. Rather, it is metabolized by just the liver. This means every single time you eat foods that contain fructose, the liver is tasked with the job of dealing with this sugar. Therefore, when you consume foods like high fructose corn syrup, you only end up with a fatty liver. Another thing with high fructose corn syrup is that all the corn is GMO, which produces glyphosate. Now, this is a herbicide that is bad for the liver. Interestingly, fructose is pretty low on the glycemic index. However, you can't rely only on the glycemic index. Keep in mind that the liver has to metabolize the fructose, and when there is an overload of fructose, it causes a lot of problems, mostly with insulin resistance. Number 1 on our liver killing is aflatoxins. This is one you'll definitely want to completely cut out of your diet. Aflatoxins are basically a toxin which is gotten from a particular fungus that is carcinogenic to the liver. You'd mostly find this toxin in foods like corn and peanuts. And to avoid consuming aflatoxins, you can consider going for Valencia peanuts and peanut butter. These peanuts are, in fact, a lot drier, and so they wouldn't contain aflatoxins, and so they'll be perfect to consume. Now that we've talked about foods to avoid, as we promised, here are some liver cleansing foods you definitely should add to your diet. Our very first liver cleansing food on the list is turmeric. The phytonutrient in turmeric that does all the action is curcumin, which is great for reducing inflammation. Another thing about turmeric is its ability to detoxify heavy metals such as arsenic, mercury, and lead alongside cadmium. It will help to repair your liver, and it is also anti-cancer. Next up are mushrooms. It is important to know that mushrooms are packed with glutathione, which is the main antioxidant for the liver. Some of the best are oyster mushrooms and turkey tail mushrooms. Mushrooms do well to protect the cells of the liver. Another liver cleansing food to consider adding to your diet is extra virgin olive oil. Just as little as a teaspoon in your salad dressing can do so much for your liver enzymes. It also improves insulin sensitivity while reducing insulin resistance. Extra virgin olive oil is also anti-inflammatory and restores fatty liver. At number 4, we have cruciferous vegetables. These veggies include wasabi, kale, mustard, radish, broccoli, mustard greens, arugula, and Brussels sprouts. All of these cruciferous vegetables are packed with sulforaphane, a natural phytonutrient. Sulforaphane assists in detoxifying the liver and rids of inflammation. Next on the list are avocados. Avocados do a great job of repairing and stabilizing the liver. Just like mushrooms, they are packed with glutathione, and with just one avocado weekly, you will notice great improvements in your liver functions. They also reduce inflammation, reducing the risk of issues like cirrhosis and hepatitis. Another liver cleansing food that should be added to your diet is beets. Beets have had a history of detoxifying the liver and reducing liver enzymes if they are high. The phytonutrients alongside the pigments in beets activate the release of bile salts, which helps to decrease the fat in the liver. They also protect the liver and reduce inflammation. And finally, garlic. Garlic is one food that is packed with sulfur, which is just perfect for detoxifying the liver. Garlic also acts as a natural antibiotic, which means it is antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. Another beautiful thing about this is that it helps drain the liver of any fat. It also has many anti-cancer properties. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you found this video helpful, be sure to share it with your loved ones. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell notification so you never have to miss another upload. Here is another amazing video that you are definitely going to enjoy. See you there.